Let's see here. Ultimate WoW Classic Design Survey for Classic WoW. Should Maraudon be accessible at the start of the server? I would say yes. Blizzard did not make this poll, so some questions are retarded and incorrect. Really? Remember how I mentioned, like, small, minor changes? People were like, no, keep it exactly how it was. I think Maraudon should just be there right away. I would say yes. Should Dire Maul be accessible at the start of the server? See, this one I don't know. These are... God, I really wish you could only question people that, like, really put a lot of time into private servers and Classic WoW, and, like, all these things are fresh in their mind, right? Because I read this. Should Dire Maul be accessible? Maybe no. I want to know what adding Dire Maul unlocks. If you add it at the beginning, what does it unlock? Like, what type of gear? What best in slot pieces? I know the Tarnished Silver Ring from the Tribute run, but also, like, can you get any tier, like, any quests? Like, what does it unlock? I don't know. I would want to know what it unlocks to decide whether... I'll just say yes, I guess, but I might be wrong. Should Azure Ghost and Lord Kha'Zix be accessible at the start of the server? No. I think no. Again, I don't even know what these guys drop. I know of them, but I think it'd be cool to, you know, have that patch come out one day, like one big release. Like, wow, people are, like, max level and everything, rather than having them available right away, right? Like, imagine everyone's playing and then there's a patch like, hey, Lord Kha'Zix are fucking being released. Everyone would be there that day. That'd be cool. So I'd say no. Wait. Yeah. This one I don't know. Should the Grillbash Arena event be accessible at the start of the server? Yes. Should Warsong Gulch Target Valley be accessible at the start of the server? Yes. See, Warsong Gulch and AV weren't added till later. I think they should be added at the start of the server. Should Blackwing Lair be accessible at the start of the server? No. Should Darkmoon Fair be accessible at the start of the server? Yes. Should Zulgrove be accessible at the start of the server? No. Should AB be accessible at the start of the server? Yes. Should Stranglethorn Fishing Extravaganza be accessible at the start of the server? Yeah, sure. Should Dragons of Nightmare be accessible at the start of the server? No. Should AQ40 and AQ20 be accessible at the start of the server? No. Should the war effort be a single one-time event per server, or should it be cyclical? I don't even know what this is. AQ gates? Oh. One time. Should an extremis be accessible at the start of the server? No. Should cross-realm battlegrounds be implemented? Oh, shit. I worry that a lot of servers are going to be, like, completely dead, and it's going to snowball people into leaving that server, and just, like, more and more people, it's going to turn into, like, only 3 servers have anyone on them. I hope that doesn't happen, but I really don't want cross-realm BGs. I really don't want it, but I hope it doesn't get too bad. Because, like, you know, the internet nowadays is so much different, and people are more talking to other people than they did back then. So you think about how the servers work and how people talk, it's who knows how it's going to go. But I really don't want cross-realm BGs. Like, I thought when you play with only people on your server, it was so cool. But I hope it doesn't fuck things up nowadays, because it's a different world than it is back then. Really different world. Should the arena system be added at some point in the life of classic servers? Yes, that's my opinion. Fuck off. Would you like to keep dishonorable kills? Keep them. Should Blizzard provide additional incentives for world PvP beyond what was in vanilla? Yes, I think so. Should UBRS be a 10-man or 15-man dungeon? Like, should Blizzard provide additional incentives? Yes, I think so. I would not mind extra events. No, I disagree. That's great. Open the fucking forum yourself, the thing yourself, and do your own vote, bro. Should UBRS be a 10-man or 15-man dungeon? Change to 10-man in patch 1.10 to be 10-man. Should Strathholm and Scholomance be a 5-man or 10-man dungeon? 5-man. Would you like to see classic expansions implemented at some point in the life of classic? Classic expansions at some point in the life. I don't see why not. Sure. Should classic expansions increase the level cap or remain at level 60? What the fuck are these questions? Okay, this is starting to get ridiculous. What? Like level 61? Level 62? What? Like, not 70, because that's BC, right? I'm curious. Like, At the end of, sure, if like everyone's cleared Nax Ramus and everyone's full tier 3, sure. Increase the level to 62. Do something. Why not? I'm not going to say no to that, but you don't have to do that to make me happy. Should classic expansions use other continents, or should all new zones be part of use existing only? Would you like to see all inaccessible zones in Azeroth and Eastern Kingdoms become accessible zones in the future? Like Hyjal? Sure. Would you like to see new raids and dungeons added that were hinted at during vanilla but never implemented? Such as Grim Patrol, Oldham, Hyjal? Yeah, that'd be cool. Should new raid and dungeon items drop remain at or below Nax Ramus item levels or go beyond Nax item sets? Like these are questions like Classic's already been released. Classic has been out for a very, very long time. Everyone's full tier 3 gear. At this point, it's like, let's move on to BC. That's how I'd feel. Like I have full Nax gear. Maybe I'll do some world PvP here and there, but overall, there's no PvE to do. If you're asking me at this point, would I want you to expand and add like an expansion of level 62 in Classic? I mean, yes, I'll take it. But at the same time, we can also just do BC, right? But I'm not going to say no to it. Like after, like I guess you could say you've beaten Classic WoW. I know you never technically beat WoW, but I guess you kind of do when you have best in slot everything. At that point, sure, add an expansion. Go beyond. Yeah, fuck it. If Blizzard offers a PC server, would you like the ability to copy your vanilla character to it? Yes. Classes were balanced throughout vanilla. Should class talents be their earlier state or later state throughout Classic? Later state. Would you like to see Blizzard periodically balance classes in the future? I mean, it depends on how they do as a job. Like, how do they do? I just know, like, I give my opinion here. I just know that it doesn't matter because, like, they're going to release it and have no changes. Like, if you guys didn't know, all Classic WoW private servers, they're all in, like, throughout the whole time, they're, like, patch 1.2.1, I think, because there's a lot of talents and whatnot that were completely fucked at the beginning of Classic. Saren was saying that Bloodthirst for Warriors, what it did was it made your next auto attack be a crit after, like, killing someone or something like that. It was complete dog shit. It wasn't really even an ability. And that got changed relatively right after. 1.12.1, sorry. Yeah, 1.12.1. God, I don't know. Yes, maybe, no. I want to say yes, but I don't want them to cause too many changes and fuck it up, because I know Blizzard will. Do I want Blizzard in charge of balancing? I think the no. Leave it as is. Wait. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I thought... Okay. Would you like to see additional classes viable for tanking in 40-man raids? So, in other words, like, make Paladins viable. Because, like, Paladins, I think, are great tanks, but they don't have taunt in vanilla. They just don't have a taunt. If they had a taunt, maybe they'd be viable, right? Would you want to add that change and make prop Pallies all of a sudden viable for 40-man raids? Because right now, it's basically the best group or best like 40-man comp is like 2 prot warriors and then a feral druid is what a lot of people run. Should battle masters exist to queue into BGs, or should players have to run to the BG? Run to the BG portal. Yeah. Would you like to see dual specialization offered? No. God, I do want dual spec, but at the same time it's like that suffering was a necessary suffering. That's how I feel about dual spec. Or that's how I feel about vanilla not having dual spec. Because I feel like it is a necessary suffering for a lot of people that they need to go through. And really kind of like, you feel attached to your spec. Right? I mean, honestly, your gear makes you attached to your spec, I would say. But like, say you're running around in world, you're running the Molten Core, your PvE spec, because you're going to go PvE. And that's kind of something that made world PvP kind of awesome, because your PvP spec and you run out to Molten Core, you know you're going to be going against other PvE spec people with like bad gear. See what I'm saying? So it made specking, like going PvP spec, feel really empowering, because you know other people are not PvP spec and you have an advantage and you can do like 2v1s, and that's awesome. So I think no dual spec. Like respeccing's a bitch, costs a lot too. Would you like to see guild banks offered in vanilla? I'd say yes. Yeah, fucking add a guild bank, sure. I don't know how much that would actually change, but probably a lot. Would you like to have personal bank sizes expanded to prevent the need for multiple alts? Nah. I mean, that seems so minuscule. I have my opinion, and it's mine. It's not going to change. Would you prefer a lower maximum respec cost? I know in Light's Hope, they decreased it, and people love it. You still feel extremely attached to your spec. Like, as I was saying before, it's a necessary suffering when it comes to not having dual spec and respecking being, like, a really tough thing. But this is definitely, like, a compromise where you're still suffering and you can't really respec and you still have those benefits of, you know, when you're PvP spec, you're going to whoop PvE spec ass, right? And not a lot of people are just swapping back and forth. You still have that advantage, and it still feels empowering to go PvP spec. I think I'd say yes. I'm on the fence on this one. Would you like to see flying mounts offered? That's the easiest question so far. Would you like a dungeon finder? Oh, now they're getting really easy. Would you like... Would you like to have meeting stones usable for... Should auction houses exist in every capital city? No, just Orgrimmar and Ironforge. I remember... Yeah, I'd say no. Let's say no, because... maybe people would start using... I loved that everyone was in one city in vanilla. Like, everyone hung out in that one area. And I don't want to risk that getting changed. You know, if you added auction houses in Undercity, I'm not going to go to Undercity. It's not really going to change anything for me. But I could see it deterring a lot of people from being in the same city, right? I don't want to risk it. No point in adding it. Should additional flight paths be added? No. Should flight paths be linked? Yeah, they should be. They changed that in vanilla. 1 point... Yeah, that should be added. What level should be required to gain a non-epic mount? 40. Should loot be pick-upable automatically without having to click the item in the loot window? Oh my god, really? Loot had to be clicked in the loot window, so you couldn't shift-click? Like that? Okay, well, let's click the item. Should raids have dungeon timers? Lockout timer? Oh, lockout time. Then yes, I guess. Should Molten Core be accessible through Blackrock Depths or accessible via window teleportation? Only through the window too, I think, right? I'm being retarded right now? Why? Because my opinion's different from yours? Through the window too, I guess. No, only through BRD. If it's added patch 1.3, sure, only through BRD. Should vanilla style wall walking be permitted to explore content? Yes. Should this wall walking be permitted in Battlegrounds? That was bad. That was really bad. Because you could jump over the starting fence in, like, Warsong Gulch back then. Like, you really could. And it was kind of unfair. And it did need to get fixed. Like, before a Warsong Gulch game started, you could hop over the fence, run to the Alliance base, run inside, and fucking wave at them while the doors for the Alliance are still up. You could jump over. You could also wall jump into areas in Warsong Gulch that are literally just, like, outside of the map. I think I would want them to add that bug for a fucking week, just so people could see it and then fix it. But I'm going to say no. Should donations of getting types of cloth be permitted to increase reputation with a given faction? No. Should weather effects be implemented? Yes. What leveling rate would you prefer? 1 times. Would you like an option to pay an additional $50 a month to double your leveling rate? No. Would you like an option to display updated graphics from later expansions? I would say new graphics on by default. Because I always wonder, like, old WoW looks great to me. It really does. But I always think about, man, this probably looks like complete shit to people that have never played this game before. And I find it really, really important that those people that are new to Vanilla WoW, that are first trying it out and playing it, it's very important that they like the game. Very important, because Vanilla WoW is only as good as how big the community is, right? Everything you earn in Vanilla WoW feels so much more when more people are there to show off to, right? And I think the new graphics look better to those people, but I would want them to be able to be turned off for someone like me. But those people, I would want them to see the new graphics. Would you like to see an option to increase terrain visibility beyond the default found in vanilla? Vanilla had a value of 777. This was later increased to 4,000 in Wrath and later. Yes. Submit. I disagree with your opinion. I don't fucking care. Suck a cock.